All right there, Latin 3. So here we are, one chapter, two tenses. Sometimes that happens. The good news is your teacher is excellent at this stuff. So let's talk about the future perfect. I know, it sounds weird, but the future perfect, okay, translates to will have loved. It is the future before the future. And I know that sounds confusing, but so did the past before the past. So hang with me, okay? It's going to take its stem from the third principal part, as I told you, and you're going to add on the future of sum esse with a twist. All right? So let's take a look at actually how to conjugate the future perfect. How to conjugate. Step 1, take the third principal part. Step 2, knock off the ending, E. Step 3, add on the personal endings. Again, that's 6 for 6. It is that simple every time. Beauty about a language that died is it didn't have a chance to mutate and adapt. Now, the future of sum esse. Those are your endings. So you're going to add on ero, eris, erit, erimus, eritis, erint. Now, I would point out to you that erint is not the future of sum esse, but we're going to look at why and how in a minute. So that's why there's an asterisk over the word future. Okay? And step 4, floss. So here you go. All right. Now, I don't have any sentences to show you the difference yet because I want to talk to you about the timeline, okay? So if you remember, we had the present tense, which is a bubble, the imperfect tense, which is a bubble, the perfect, which happened during the past, okay? So while I was walking, I got stung by a bee. And then there's the pluperfect, which happened before all that. Before I was walking and before I got stung by a bee, I had put on my shoes. And then in the future, you have, someday we will all actually meet in person. Then we have something called the future perfect. And the future perfect is the future before the future. And it occurs in the future. So I'm not going to say that it always occurs before the future. It can occur in it. But the future perfect goes like this. Before you will graduate from John F. Kennedy High School, you will have taken Latin 1. Now, which one happened first? Now, has it happened all the way? No, you have not completed Latin 1 yet. But before you will graduate, you will have taken the final for Latin 1. Okay, you haven't done that yet. That's how it works. Okay, so it's the future because it hasn't happened yet, but it's going to occur before the main future. So it's the future perfect. Now here's the part that's really important, and I'm going to make sure you have time to write that down. Now here's the part that's really important with that, okay? The future perfect always exists with the future. Sometimes it might not be in the same sentence, but that means the future is right around the corner, either before or after that sentence. But the future perfect doesn't exist on its own. It only ever exists paired up with the future. Always. That's not true of any other tense, but this one does, because it's in relation to other things. Okay? So, what I want you to do is read page 218. And then I want you to copy the chart on page 218. And that's all you've got to do right now. In the next video, I'll give you sentences, and then you'll get to see it better, and then you'll have exercises. Okay? I'm going to hit the button.